Hey legends, we're only about an hour or two away from kickoff and not a whole heap of changes this week, so I'm going to keep this video very short and sweet. One of the guys we're looking to make a change on, and I can really appreciate your comments in the comment section down below, is this guy here, Brendan Hands. I'm thinking about bringing him in this week. He's only 230k, and if he can keep his spot in that Parramatta side, then he may make us a truckload of cash. So with that in mind, let's get into it. Okay, so let's have a quick review of last week. And one of the things I'm very happy about is that we have addressed the decline and we are starting our way to the top, which is absolutely awesome. We finished round 12 with a decent rank. I think it's up about 6,000 or so to 35,360. with a round 12 rank just over the 20,000 mark. So I'm really happy with this 835 score that we got last week. It would have been so much better if the Nicho Hynes captaincy, and we'll look at the team now. Now, the Nicho Hynes captaincy, as we were saying, it would have been so much more awesome if Nicho Hynes could have popped off for a decent score, because that score last week was absolutely atrocious. Now, there's a couple of things that we have to be very conscious of, and that's that this week we've got no Harry Grant, no Gus Crichton, no Piakura, we've got no Nicho Hynes, we've got Lockie Galvin out on the bye, we don't have Cotter, he's out with Origin, and we've got our Newcastle Knights guys coming back in this week. Now, the change that I alluded to earlier, I do want to think about Ethan Strange to Brendan Hands, and the reason for that is next week, round 14, I've got 6 players who are out on their bye, so 2 Raiders, 2 Dolphins, and 2 Roosters, and I'm going to have to get that down to 4, so I figure I'm not going to have Ethan Strange anyway next week. He's peaked in price, he's worth about 450k. If I can downgrade to a 230k Brendan Hands, that frees us up a bit of cash to make some power moves next week with players like Trey Fuller. We can have a look at Gus Crichton, maybe even Nicho Hynes or Reuben Cotter. So we know those players are likely to be out, maybe backing up in the case of Reuben Cotter, and we can make some decisions from there. Okay, so let's have a look at how the round 13 team actually stacks up. And you can see, firstly, the big ticket item for me is that we do have 13 players on the park. So that is a big tick. We put the big C on Joey Manu and the VC on Maxi King. And we've got a couple of subs on the bench with Iro and Hughes. Obviously, we're not looking to get their scores this week, but we do have them there if we need them, which is really good. Now, a couple of players that I would have loved to have included this week include James Tedesco and obviously Ewan Aitken, but I just can't do it. And the reason is it would just add more players to that round 14 buy list that would take me basically to a point where I couldn't field 17. So right now I can comfortably put 16 on the park next week. I'm probably going to move someone like a Trey Fuller out next week to a Ruben Garrick, because keep in mind, Garrick gives us some flexibility between fullback and, of course, centre, and we do love a dual position. I'm also pretty keen to have a look at a Sammy Fainu from the Tigers, and, of course, we've got some other players on our list for next week as well. Players like Api Coruscant, Eli Katoa, and, of course, the player on everyone's lips this week, David Fifita. So there you go. Look, we're looking to make some moves this week. I would love to be into the 20,000 something this week. And then, of course, claw back 2,000 or 3,000 ranks each week, at least until round 19. That would be absolutely amazing. Now, next week, the big question marks for us are going to be, will Nicho Hynes back up? Crichton is out. And what can we expect from Reuben Cotter? I think Piakura is pretty much a sure bet to back up. And I'd be relatively confident that Harry Grant will back up as well, given that he's coming in off the bench for Queensland and won't get a full 80 minutes. So I think we'll have a pretty decent number of guys available for us next week. And hopefully we can continue to manage our trades. So right now I've got 10 left. And ideally, I don't really want to make any more than 1, or certainly not any more than 2. 2 would be the absolute worst I would want to go, unless I was really desperate. So there you go, that is the team. From here on, for me, it's really about making sure that we can maintain a full team on the park each and every week, mostly just to get through this whole bye round period and give ourselves a maximum chance to score as many points as possible to hopefully accelerate some of that scoring potential. Anyway, guys, look, there you go. If you've liked the video, you know what to do. Smash that like button for me. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe. And as always, guys, get involved in the conversation via the comment section down below. And I'll see you all in the next video.